Hopefully you're doing well. So tonight we're going to be doing wreath with this. It says raised on sweet tea and Jesus. Y'all know I'm from the South, so this is a big thing in the South. All right. So we're actually going to do a double poof tonight. We haven't done that in a little while, and so I thought it would be fun to do that. So you can do this method with, you can either do it with 2 10-inch mesh, you can do it with 1 21-inch mesh, 1 10-inch mesh, or 2 21-inch mesh. It doesn't really matter. Either way you want to do it, it works out great. Okay? So what I did, let me get these apart. And they do like to stick to each other. I picked out the sweet tea color because I thought that would be fun. So this represents the sweet tea color. See all the little gold, and it has that kind of golden tan color in it. And then of course I have the green for the green gingham. I know, I love this side too, don't you? It's just fun too. So what we're gonna do when you do a double poof is you lay them right on top of each other. So let me start to zoom in a little here. Hold on. There we go. I have a wreath frame that has the burlap color. So I'm going to open at the bottom because it's going to make it easier as I'm going around. Okay, so have y'all been watching the Super Bowl? Bella is sitting in the other room with the boys. They have the treat bag in there, so she is just camped out at Carson's feet, hoping that he will give her a little treat. Hi, Carson. Bella's hanging out with you. Alright, so we're going to take a couple zip ties because we're going to be using them as we go along. Oh, a twofer. So you're watching me and the game. Thank you for sprinkling the love. Okay. So I try to get them pretty close to the same. If it's not exact, that's okay because we're going to cut some of this off anyways. So I'm going to gather it together just like this, both of them at the same time. We're going to pick somewhere on the frame to begin. And we're going to take a zip tie. I like to use a zip tie. Oh, is Mama on? Yeah, just for the commercials, right? I'll watch them on YouTube tomorrow. Alright, so I like to tie it down with a zip tie. So the reason I do that is, one, I don't want it to ever come off later, and two, I really like to make sure that you can't tell where I started. So I'll trim off some of this mess because we don't need it. So there's two different ways you can do this. All right, you can keep them together just like this, or you can spread them apart. So what you can do is pull them together as one poof, okay? So remember, we like to go from this tie over to the second tie from it. That's 10 inches. Then we come back to this tie, tie it on one good time, and then you can spread it out. Now you can decide whether you want to leave it like this or, yeah, I'm not a big Super Bowl person. This is the Nipex. I don't know, but I can tell you the serial number on it. It's 400-377-3066 880. All right, so you can take this. You're watching from You're watching from the hospital? Oh my goodness. All right. See how you can spread it out? Now you can see a little bit of that. Same thing. Go across to the second one. This really helps so you don't have to measure. It's an easy, cheap way to measure. Hi, Billy. I don't have a thing for you, baby girl. Then I can pull the green up. And the tan kind of, see like that? See, now you kind of get to see both colors. All right. So same thing. So between here and here is 10 inches. Even if you do your own wreaths, it should work out because you should have them kind of spaced out evenly. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling the tan out on the top, just kind of separating them like this, and then I'll pull the tan out on the bottom so you kind of get to see each color. Okay, like this. Alright, so this time we'll pull the tan out at the bottom and the green at the top. All I'm really doing is making sure you can see both colors. Yeah, I will tell you that having a mesh holder really helps do this a lot. Is it painful to watch? You should use whatever cutters work best for you. I really like these, but I have other cutters, I will tell you. So I have like these little ones. If it's not going to be something big, I'll use these little clippers. These are easier, especially if you get in small spaces. These are more heavy duty. It's actually still on sale, Rebecca, for both groups. There is a combo price, and Owl can give you the link for that. I decided not to increase any of my prices because COVID's still going on, and when you start a business, the last thing you need to do is spend a bunch of money. I think I purchased mine at Lowe's, but you can get them on Amazon. Okay, so we just keep doing the same thing. See, the green is going to stand out better. Oh, are y'all talking about those weird mask things? Yeah. That's weird, isn't it? Very smart. Yeah, you know what? Before I had a mesh roller, before I could afford a mesh roller, I had a table that was shorter than the table that I worked from, and I had them kind of falling down. That kind of helped me. You just got to keep at it. You will get there. Y'all, the thing with being successful in business is being determined. You have to be absolutely determined. Okay, so we're back to where we started. See, there's our little one where we started. It's So now I'm going to take another zip tie. My work table came from Lowe's. It's a cobalt table. And I like it because it's really tall. I'm short, y'all, if you can't tell. I'm short. But the table's just kind of like the perfect height for me. So I'm not having to bend over. My back doesn't hurt. Y'all are funny. Okay. So now I'm going to take the mesh from the bottom and go to the top. Okay. Just like that. So see, I've tied it. So once again, this is going to be my tie. Isn't this green color pretty? I like this. I'm not using that tie until we come back around. Okay. So you see how I'm still going to that second tie, and then I'll come back, tie it on. I did have a short table. I did. Thank you for the stars. I sure did. Do y'all remember some of those first videos I made? Whew. I like to zip tie it here because it just gives me a nice clean place to start from. And when I first started, I would not zip tie up top, and I would get this weird little lump thing right here, and I hated that. So I did it this way. You don't have to do it this way. It's just what works for me. And I will show y'all things that work for me. That does not mean that something else isn't going to work for you. So, all right. I think we have, yep, we do. All right. I want you to see this. So this is one of those rolls where they jip ya. So this is what you do. Okay. I'm going to trim this off. I'm going to take this piece. We're going to scrunch it. We're going to put these together. And I'm going to take this one and run it underneath the other one. Then we'll tie it down and keep going. All right, so what I did essentially is I took that new piece, I tied it underneath so you can't see where we incorporated it in. You're not going to be able to tell that we had to do that. It happens a lot. I do stand. I have to stand. I can't sit and do it. Okay. All right. Sorry, I was pulling this out upside down. There we go. You see how this little piece is sticking out? What we're going to do is we're going to flip it over, and we are going to zip tie this little piece down. So this is why I say I like to zip tie things down. Do you see how that was starting to stick out? And you see how it starts to fray? Well, if you use a zip tie and you zip tie it down, it's one, stops it from fraying, and two, stops it from sneaking out. Yeah, both classes. That is right. Okay. Now we can keep going. But you see how that just makes it nice and neat. We don't have to worry about it sneaking out like it just did. Look what I did. Okay. I twisted it when I went across. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay. Yeah, they're not expensive, my groups. I keep them low for a reason. And trust me, a lot of people tell me I'm crazy, but I don't really care. I don't need to be a millionaire. Okay. Here we go. I will tell you this. I absolutely love my groups. They're awesome. There are awesome people in it. Everybody likes to help each other. We actually become friends. A lot of people met in my group and became great friends, and I'm very proud of that. Because what I believe is that you need a community of people who are like you can get support from. Would it be too thin to do a 10-inch poof and ruffle? You could still do 10-inch poof and ruffle. Yeah, there'll be enough left actually. If you do this, there's going to be enough left if you want to go back and add, like a little ruffle or something in. Absolutely, you can do that. Well, I'm lucky. My husband has a very nice job, so he can support us. I just am hoping to make enough to send my boys to college. I want to pay for my boys' college. Hi, boys. They're sitting in there with Bella, thoroughly ignoring their mom. All right, so now I'm going to pull this up, trim it off. I'll just take this piece, pull it around the back. Then I'll tie this off, just like that. You see, zip ties are cheap. I'd rather use zip ties than have to worry about. See, the zip tie is going to keep it from fraying and coming on in. So that's one reason to use the zip tie. See how it frays right here? It's not going to go any further because I have this zip tie right there. All right. So now you can see we have a little bit of the brown and a whole lot of the green. Yes, I do still have a Roku channel. Yep, everything just automatically goes over there. So if you watch something here, it does go over there. Yep, I have a channel on Roku. You just look it up. It's just Hardworking Mom. All right. So what you could do, like if you thought this had too much green in it, okay, you could take this brown here. Let's cut that piece off. And let's do some 10-inch ruffles. Somebody asked about that, so let's look at it. Okay. You could do these as ruffles. You could do them as curls. With 10-inch, it's really great. You did? Awesome. Yeah, I think sometimes it's easier to watch it on the Roku because, you know, especially if you have a Roku device, you don't have to be on YouTube, or let's take this one off. You don't have to be on YouTube and you don't have to be on Facebook. You can watch it every. I don't know about y'all, but I have a Roku. How can I fluff up a squashed wreath Well, and the best way to do is just to stick your hand in there and fluff it up. Have you tried doing that? If you've done that and it's not working very well, I will tell you, it depends on how it got squashed. So this roll is a tan and gold. This one has tan with a gold thread in it. This one is a green fabric. I'm not going to cut that. Let me move this so you can see. I'm not going to cut it all the way, because when I cut it all the way, what happens is it rolls up. So if you're trying to cut several at a time, cut the last one all the way through, then the second, then that one. Then they won't roll out of control on you. Because that is so annoying when it does that, right? So, you just do part, and part. See, I still have it connected there. And then, you do. Alright. So I'm going to do it as a curl. You could also do it as a ruffle. So if you wanted to do it as a ruffle, I would kind of do it this way with the edges kind of tucked under. And the reason is because you don't want this to fray. So let's say we're going to do it this way. I would take this and my two ribbons and put them in together. So I have limes on this one. As you see, I have some little lemons in here. But I wanted the green color, so I pulled out, this really could be lemons or limes, and then a tan with little white polka dots. So I'd put all three of these together, just like this, and then put them in together. Now when I'm doing these, I do trim off these when I'm done. And then I just pull the whole piece and tuck it behind. So see, now we're going to bring some of that brown color kind of to the top, because that green really overshadows it. Let's see how many we got. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, so we'll do the whole bottom. Remember, the bow is going to take up, awesome, the bow is going to take up a big portion of the top. So we don't really need all this on the top. So what you're doing is you're making sure it's kind of tucked under, and then you just pull it together. See, there's our ribbon that matches the edge. One of my favorite things to do is to find backgrounds I like. So, okay, then we'll just put it in the next one. There we go. So this method, using the two meshed together, is really great if you have the kind of mesh that I would call basic mesh, because it tends to fray, so it works really, really great for doing poofs. And that's the one you want to go to. If you're going to do poofs, go for the basic, because there's no sense in spending a lot of money on the ones that are more expensive if you're going to do poof. So do your poof with your less expensive and use your more expensive either on top of it or for your ruffles and curls. So, Missouri, is it cold there? It's gotta be. Okay, here we go. So 3 good times, trim it off. And see what I do is I just take it and I just push it right there. You know what? I think at this point, cable TV's kind of a ripoff. Am I alone in that? Because I don't know about y'all, but some of my favorite shows are on the Discovery Channel. And now the Discovery Channel has their own channel, and if you want, yes, you can mix mesh types. Absolutely. This is fabric. This is deco mesh. Yeah, there's no rules. So, okay. Now, if you can't hold them in your hands like I'm doing, make sure you use your Bodabra. Thing's very handy. Okay. I'm so excited about the treat this year. We're doing florals. We've got one of those, have y'all seen those? It's like a little basket thing for the door, and it looks like an umbrella. We're doing one of those. I'm so excited. I haven't done one of those, so it'll be fun. Did you get rid of your cake? Yeah, see, I mean, now it's like they're all getting their own channels, so what's the point of having cable? Is the closed caption giving me very interesting thing? Yeah, you know what? When Casey and I are texting each other, and we both have a tendency to use the voice to text feature, and you should see what some of the stuff comes out like. That's hilarious. Yeah, that closed caption is comes out pretty interesting sometimes. Very interesting sometimes. That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, y'all, we have cable boxes, but really the only people who watch the cable boxes are my parents. And that's just because my dad likes the Cowboy Channel, and that's only available on the cable box. So that's the reason we have cable. See, Casey says, ha ha ha, she knows. Yeah, I have a Roku channel. You can watch me on there. I do. I've actually had it quite a while. Okay. Y'all, I have a bad tendency to squash the ones that I just did. It's because I'm leaning over the table and I get it good. Because I'm trying to do it up here where you can see, and then I squash them. Whoops. Y'all, we had forecast to get snow, and then it disappeared. I was so sad. We were excited, even if it's just flurries. While drinking daiquiris. That's funny. $50-yard rolls of basic tan burlap. I'll sure try. Yeah, you know, I know if y'all have noticed, supplies are a little bit harder to find right now. So as soon as I see things go in stock, I get them so I can put them in the shop. We do have a few frames out there, a few work wreaths. I think we have this burlap color. And I got a whole bunch of new ribbons coming in and some mesh. Mesh too. There we go. So how many of you have ever had sweet tea? in the South, it's a thing. In the North, the tea is all unsweetened. In the South, you have to request for it to be unsweetened, because you naturally get sweetened, and it's like a cup of sugar in there too. It's not light sugar, it's heavy sugar. Are you in Augusta? You're pretty close to me. Your Carolina pottery there is my favorite one. Yeah, right? Sweet tea. Oh no. Okay. Do you make sweet tea all the time? Awesome. Well, we're having my next retreat in Nashville. So, I'm sure we will be seeing sweet tea there. Alright. So we're going to start on the top. We have like 5 left, so we'll just keep going until we run out of these. Bella, what you doing? Come here, Bella. Come here. What do you mean, no? Carson doesn't want me to bring her in here. I know, I wish the cold did kill COVID. Okay. So on the top, I've got my little ruffle. I'm going to pull my ribbon slightly different. So I will do crisscross up top. That wire's coming out. And I like to put my larger ribbon going in this direction. It just fits a little better. There's a little bit more room going down the middle. So that's the only reason I do that. Oh no, your best friend's going to the retreat without you? What? That's no good. Oh, that's right. She did sign up, didn't she? I saw that. I think we're going to have the next one here where I live, and then y'all will get to see my warehouse and stuff. I don't know where I'm going to do it after that. Okay. It'll be in the fall, though. Hopefully when COVID is a thing, at least mostly a thing of the past. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Okay. The retreats are on my webpage, my hardworkingmom.com. Did I miss one on the bottom? I sure did. Well, thank you for telling me that. Let's fix it right now. Yeah, I thought it would be fun to have one here. Okay. Alrighty. So let's see, we have 2 left. Ooh, what's wrong with this one? It's all punky looking. So let's do those 2, and then let's do 2 across from each other. So let's skip this one. Okay. What do we do at the retreat? We do projects like like we do here, except in person. More like small groups where I can individually help people with their bows and stuff like that. That was a big part of what we concentrated on the last one. I'm sure that we will do. We probably have enough of this one too. Okay. So let's do one more. You can order my kits on Hardworkingmomstore.com. You would. I think we still have a few slots open. Okay. Bella. She is absolutely ignoring me. Which I think Carson is quite happy about. Yes, New Orleans should be a very big place for sweet tea as well. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, we're gonna have, one night we're gonna have pizza in pajamas. Doesn't that sound like fun? And we're gonna have a ribbon party at the pizza in pajamas. And then the last night we're gonna, everybody gets to go and explore Nashville. Okay. Yum. That soup sounds good. Bella does love her boys. Yes, she does. The retreat is in Nashville, Tennessee, downtown. Let's see, I think we've got 2. I think we'll just leave this last one and not use it. If I had one more, I would do 3 and 3. But I think we are out. Well, I think we're just going to do some fun games with ribbon. You know, like bow contests and maybe making bows with a blindfold, maybe making bows in a group. Fun stuff. Fun ribbon stuff. The last one we did, the left-right game, we might do that again. That's fun. I want to do classes face-to-face, but I'm waiting until COVID settles down. Come here, baby girl. Bella. Come here. She is absolutely not coming. Yes, we can do a ribbon swap. I love ribbon swaps. Have y'all ever done a ribbon swap? It's so much fun. Ta-da! Ooh, I love it with those little polka dots. I love that polka dot ribbon. We definitely can do a ribbon swap. We love ribbon swaps. Ribbon swaps are fun. Okay. What? Quit hogging the dog.
You're sitting right there.
I know. I see that. Bella! Oh, he's gonna punish me. I just want him to see Bella. Can y'all see Bella? There she is. Here. You see that, Bella? Go get it. There you go. Now you can pick it up, take her out there. Ross, come get it. Take her out there. We'll just get it, take it out there. She isn't going to hurt you. You know that.
Let's go.
That was a good girl. Okay, so we're going to make a bow. Look how cute this is going to be. Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm sorry. She'll come right back in there as soon as she's done. She wants to eat her treat in here. Okay. So somebody was asking about the kit, so I'll show you what it is. This is the monthly kit that's out right now. Look at this mesh. I'm obsessed with this mesh. So it's these two mesh with that sign. Then you get a full bee ribbon. And then look at this bee ribbon. You see it with the black and white? Oh, I love it. This is my favorite, I think, so far. All right. So let's do our bow. And then we'll put our little sign on. And it is recurring or one time. It's up to you. Although I will say, if you do a recurring, you get 10% off your recurring orders. Mother's Day, yes, I'm going to work on one, I promise. Okay. So we're going to use this, and these two for our bow. Okay. So we're going to start off. Did y'all see that Sam's has spring ribbon? If you didn't, you better get over there. Kits are $42. Okay. So let's do okay, so we're going to do 12-inch. Yeah, the kits come with everything. The only thing that you don't get is, you know, the hole puncher or the wire. But we do have wreath makers kits too if you don't have mats and wire cutters and rotary cutters and all that. We have that too. So, and it's a lot cheaper and you can get it on Amazon. All right. So we're going to do 6 inches. And 6 inches. 1.5 hours. Well, I'm going to tell you what, my Sam's doesn't have it, which is just making me very upset. But they didn't ask if I wanted it. So I swear, we are like always the last people to get anything. When something comes out, it does not come out here. My mom will see something on TV and she'll say, oh, I want you to go get fill in the blank. And they never have it. We never have it. We are the last people to get it. I don't know why. Okay, I'm glad y'all like my kits. Yes, I keep the price low for a reason. Because you can't buy a $70 kit and turn around and sell it, make it and sell it. You would have to charge too much. So I keep them low so that you can make it and put it on your door or sell it. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. I love this. I'm not even a green fan, but Katie's a green fan. She would like this color. Okay. There we go. There we go. Oh, you don't get anything in your area either? Yours either? See, what's up with that? We need to tell them. See, lots of people didn't get it. Yes, they come with the wreath forms. Absolutely. Yes. They would come with essentially, you know, what we do. They come with two mesh, a whole roll, and then, so you get 25 yards of ribbon, and you get, a sign, and the wreath form. Yeah, you get it all. You get all the stuff. Okay. All the good stuff. So we're going to do 6" again. Make sure, yeah. And then we have our mystery kits. We have one that's a little bit less. The only difference with the mystery kit is you get a whole roll, but you don't get the 3 5 yards. But you get everything else. So, and sometimes there's extras in those, like sometimes there's greenery in those, or an extra sign. Just depends on what kind of supplies we have hanging around. Depends on the mood of my girls. My ladies. I shouldn't call them girls. What did I do with the... Oh, here it is. I hid it from myself. I do have a mystery kit. Well, I did for a while have a mystery kit. And everybody kept asking what it was. So I quit doing the mystery one. But we do have mystery kits. Yep. Okay. Alright, now I just want to finish it off with a little bit of this. Okay. We're going to do this one a little bit smaller. This is a very nice canvas ribbon, so it's kind of stiff. I like that. Okay. I'm going to hold this out because I think we're probably going to cover it. Okay. So I run it underneath the whole thing, the zip tie. I just get it started. I probably should have zoomed in a little more, huh? Sorry. I just want to get enough to get it out of the bow maker. We are done with that. Let's see. Ah, we have green. Let's just do green. Okay. Alright, so we have this little indentation here. Okay, so that's where we put our zip tie. So just kind of shimmy it over and move it in the back. You want to hold one side while you do that so that your ribbon doesn't get out of place. Okay? Then we will run our zip tie through the back. Now, if you forget to do this and you go ahead and tighten it, we're going to be covering this, so I will show you what to do. Alright. So all I do is kind of make sure that my tails are all in the front. And then I'm going to tighten it. As tight as I can get it. Amazon is where you can get bow makers. Okay, so you want to twist and pull. So you want to break that bow from the center, because this is what you're doing. When you use that zip tie, it gets it really tight in the center. So you just twist and pull, and it breaks it out so that you can get a nice big fluff. Yeah, the one I'm using is the Provo 4-in-1 tool. Okay. The retreat is March 10th through the 14th, I believe. Is that right? I believe that's right. All right, so then I'm going to run my hands under all. This is why you like wired ribbon. Oh, and y'all, I'm going to be doing a video on all different types of ribbon. I had a request. I thought that was a good one. All right, so I can tie. I can cut this off. Not tie it off. Now, up here you can kind of see where my zip tie is. So I'm going to take a little bit of my material, my ribbon, and just cut a piece off, and then I'm going to fold it in half. So if you accidentally forgot to put your tie on, what you do is you do this. Okay, you just put it right in the center, and when you go to tie it off, you then put your tie in, because it has happened to me. Thank you. I love bows. Okay. So see, all this does is give your bow a nice finished look. And it helps hide the zip tie. So some ribbons, that zip tie really shows. You know what? You're just not good with ribbon because you haven't learned how to work it. But you can. You'll have to ask Owl, because she said okay. So I want to put the bow on where we did not put some of the little extra brown. So I can put it like right here. Okay, so I'm just going to go around. Now I don't really want it to sink in. So what I'm going to do, where did I put that mesh? There it is. See, she came right back out. The boys like to come with me because we go to McDonald's after we're done. Win-win. All right. Yes, I am getting some of that paisley ribbon. It is on the way. All right. So what I'm going to do is take some of this extra mesh I have. Let's do like maybe 20 inches. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do almost like a woodland ruffle with it. And get kind of curls and a ruffle. Just like this. I'm going to take my bow. I'm going to tie it in the back of my bow. Just like this. And I want it to be on the sides. Like this. What that's going to do is that's going to keep my bow from sinking in. So you see how it already has more volume on top? So now, you saw what it did when we went to put it in earlier, right? Now watch what it does this time. Can you see the difference? How it does not sink in. Now once we get it tied on, yeah. Okay. So we're just tying it on, and then we can fluff up this mesh that we put on the bottom, and then we can refluff our bow. So now we can kind of pull our little ribbon separated out. You see how that mesh makes it all stand up off of the wreath. See how it's not squishing down on the wreath now? Best trick ever. It's one of my favorite tricks. Alright, now we're just gonna get our little tails going. I like to do the curls like this. Okay, so you just kind of take it, put your thumbs. So your thumbs are what you're using to curl it. So you just kind of using your thumbs. You can go up at an angle, or you can go straight up. Okay, and then kind of pull it out a little. Stop asking my mom if she wants me to bring it home. We're running out of space for Wreath. I will, of course, if she wants me to, but I'll bring it home when we're done with the, right now we have the Valentine's one on there. So you can see what the bow looks like. Okay, now we can do our sign. Okay. Alrighty. So let's bring this down a little. So we're going to put the sign over on this side, right over here. Whoops. So when I have a sign that's round like this, I usually do one hole at the top. This is just a metal hole punch, and one at the bottom, just like that. I like to use 26 gauge wire. Okay. Just like that. It does curl that easily if you have wired ribbon. Very important. But it does. The whole trick is to use, I like to use my thumbs because it's nice and thick. You can also use dowels if they're kind of bigger. Thank you. I like the sign too. I have so much fun making signs. I do. I make my own signs. I sure do. Yeah, and we've ordered some new stuff so we can add some additional sizes. Okay. Yes, these colors can work for St. Patrick's Day as well. Absolutely. You know what you could do is you could do a wreath like this and put a sign on it that's St. Patrick's Day. When St. Patrick's Day is over, take the sign off, put this sign on. There you go. It's a great trick to do. If you make your wreath kind of generic, then you can just change out the sign. Okay, let me open this up a little bit here. It is not liking my fingers today. Okay. Alright. So see, all I'm doing is taking the sign. Okay. And I just kind of move the mesh aside, go right down to the frame. Yep, 2 for 1. It's a twofer. Exactly. The sign says, raised on sweet tea and Jesus. Thank you. Okay. All right. There we go. All done. So you can see the sign. See how it says raised on sweet tea and Jesus. And then there's our bow. See all little curls. See, and now you can't tell we didn't put any of that little bit of brown there because we've got the sign and the bow covering it. The hotel for the retreat, I think, is $110 a night. Yep. Yes, I do. I use a sawgrass machine. We also teach sublimation in my design group. So, we sure do. I think Lisa's showing socks next. I'm excited. Thank you. Awesome. So did I miss any questions? This came out pretty. These colors are pretty. I love it. A twin boy and girl wreath. Yes. And I have boy and girl sides. Was that you who requested that, Sandra? Whew. Y'all, I get hot. Whew. Just a couple, Casey. Yep, we do. We have twin signs. We have twin signs that's boys, girls, and then boy and girl. Yep. Thank you. All right. Well, y'all have... Do I sell ribbon? Oh, these? No, these come from Burlap Boutique. These come from my friend Melissa. Yeah. Yeah, we have 4 designers in our group. 5. Wait a minute. Rachel, Lisa, me, Susan, and Melissa. Yeah, we have 5. 5. We have 5 designers in our group. My hair kind of looks purple. I just noticed that in the colors. That's funny. All right. Well, y'all have a great night. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I will see you guys Wednesday.